Hi everybody!
Hello, Colin.
Hello Paul.
How are you?
Do you actually want to know how I am? It's very hot out today and it's the middle of summer and it's not simple, is it?
Oh, you think you are warm? Try being covered head to the bottom with fur.
Yeah, I can actually imagine. I don't envy you when I say, well, you'd be glad of that during the winter.
That is true. That is true. Except I go on my holidays during winter.
That's well for you. You're lucky, aren't you?
Yeah, I am lucky.
We
Oh, sorry, the video.
Yeah.
What are we learning about today?
So today, everybody and Paul,
And me.
what we're going to learn about is all about the foods that come from plants
Okay.
and the foods that come from animals.
I see.
When it comes to knowing whether foods come from plants or foods come from animals, we can look at the food pyramid to give us a hand. It can really help us to understand it a little bit more. Okay? So when we're looking at foods that come from plants and foods that come from animals, it's separated as small that we can almost use exactly the different levels of the food pyramid to tell us whether they come from plants or animals.
Oh, that's pretty handy.
So the first one we look at is foods that come from plants. When it comes to foods that come from plants,
Yeah.
how we know which foods come from plants is if you just look at the food pyramid, Paul.
Yeah.
The bottom two levels of the food pyramid, so the ones that are at the widest,
Yeah, the ones you have to eat the most of.
they're the ones you should eat the most. So they're the types of foods that come from plants.
Oh, okay.
So give us some examples of some of the foods that are on the bottom shelf of the food pyramid there, Paul.
I see a tomato.
You see it? Do you?
It could be an apple.
Yeah,
It's kind of indistinguishable.
The only thing that gives it away is the little stem at the top. Well, okay, tomato would actually
Tomato has a stem as well.
You're right.
It's
aren't
okay.
you?
I can see. Is that lettuce? No. To be honest, Colin. Colin, don't ask me that question again.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Ask me that question again.
Okay, do you want me to give you a hand or?
No, I got it. Just ask me the question.
Okay, so tell us again, Paul.
Yeah.
Seeing as you went so well the last
I
time.
did, but you really well. Yeah, I can tell you now.
You're kind of making it up as
No,
well.
I don't remember. I know.
Okay, so tell us this time, Paul.
Yeah.
Right. So no messing now this time.
Uh,
What are the foods that are on the bottom level of the food pyramid here? So the fruits and vegetables. What
So
are
there's a banana.
there is a banana.
And there's some carrots.
There is carrots. Yeah, both of them are options on the lunch bag menu as well, aren't
Class.
they? So
I like bananas.
these are all foods that come from plant-based sources. If you
Bananas
look,
come from trees.
bananas come from trees.
And the carrots grow on the ground.
Exactly. So they're all plant-based sources. And the same thing with the second level of the food pyramid. If we look at all these foods, these are plant-based sources. So whether you have your rice, wheat, if you have pasta, if you have bread,
Would porridge be up there?
porridge would be up there. So breakfast cereals, Paul.
Oh, very good.
These
I
are
like
all
breakfast cereals.
breakfast cereals are very tasty. I like breakfast cereals too. They're my favorite thing to have first thing in the morning.
Oh.
Set you up for today.
Yeah.
So the big thing, guys, is to understand that the bottom two levels of the food pyramid are almost all plant-based sources. Now, we'll move on to foods that come from animal sources. When it comes to foods that come from animals, you need to be really, really careful on this one, Paul.
Why?
Okay? Because what usually happens is, what we'd usually say is, anywhere up from the bottom two levels of the food pyramid come from animals, but there's a couple you need to be really careful of, so we really need to concentrate on this one.
Okay,
Is that
I'll
all
get
right?
straight.
So, the third level of the food pyramid, just look up a little bit higher here, Paul, see this level?
I see it.
So, you see milk,
Yeah. Cheese.
cheese,
Cheese.
and yogurt.
Yogurt.
Yeah, so they're all the dairy foods. Now, all of them foods come from animals.
Okay,
So
they're really good for your bones.
really good for your bones
Yeah.
and for your muscles too. Remember
Oh,
we
yeah,
talked
I
about that?
remember.
So that's your dairy. Okay, so your milk, yogurts, and cheese, they all come from animals.
Yeah.
Now, the next level up, Paul, if you look up a bit higher, go up higher. Yeah, see that there?
Yeah.
You see you have meats, so different types of meats like our
Something like beef,
chicken,
chicken,
ham. Yeah, all these types of foods, right? They're all from animal-based sources. Now, the only ones you need to be careful of is on this section too, you also have beans and
Okay.
nuts and seeds.
They don't come from animals.
They don't come from animals. They're the only ones you need to be careful of because they actually come from plants.
Oh, I see.
And on the last section then, at the you see up here, Paul?
Yeah.
Up the very, very top.
Yep.
Can everybody see that? The very top of the food pyramid
Yeah,
here.
it's like oil.
Oils
Butter.
and butter.
Yeah.
So, with the oils and butter section, oils actually do come from plants, and butter comes from animals.
Yeah.
So, in summary, everybody, with the food pyramid, it can really help us to understand which foods come from plants and which foods come from animals.
I see.
So, we were saying about the bottom 2 levels of the food pyramid. Remember we said, Paul, these foods come from plant-based sources. So these are all plant-based foods. The top 3, the next 3 levels then of the food pyramid, they are majority from animals.
Okay? Majority.
So
almost
all of the foods in the next 3 sections come from animals. So you see the way the food pyramid can tell us that the bottom 2 are from plant-based, and the next 3 are almost
all from
is
animals.
the most important word.
Yeah.
Almost all from animals. The ones that we need to be careful of is remember in this section we have the beans, the nuts, and the seeds.
Yeah.
They all come from plant-based. And then the top one we were saying, the oils. Just be careful
like
of the oils.
olive oil that you use for cooking.
Yeah, exactly. That your parents will be using for cooking.
Yeah.
So, that's it for today, everybody.
Oh, very good.
We've learned about the bottom 2 sections being from plant-based sources, and almost all of the top 3
all of them from animals.
From animal-based sources. Just be careful of your nuts, your seeds, and your lentils, and also your oils.
I see.
So, that's it for today, everybody.
Oh, okay.
Bye!